This is the Mariners Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Seattle Mariners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, Jerry, should you maybe thrown in that extra prospect for Joan Duran? Maybe. So you compare, how he looked for the Phillies tonight versus how Matt Brash did for the Mariners tonight? Yeah, maybe. Hey, Dan Wilson, you realize you can use your best reliever before the ninth inning, right? Right? Oh, wait. Am I in a time machine? Is it still 1995?
Yes. I love it. So much good music.
Yeah, that's true. That's the one positive from today. There's some hair sticking out of my hat here. If you guys can't tell, I'm ticked off after that one because, the Mariners lost game 2 against the Philadelphia Phillies. Christopher Sanchez destroyed them, but as soon as you get to the bullpen, you show some life. Eugenio Suarez had his breakout game, in a Seattle Mariners uniform once again. Came through with a massive double with 2 outs to tie the game. And, then they pooped the bed in the 8th inning, going to Matt Brash. And it's not like I didn't expect it to happen, but it's been happening all year, and I hope we can change our mentality on that some days. But I don't see it happening. We're going to debut something special today. We're going to be doing a listener Q&A today. We'll do a quick recap of the game here, kind of go through moments and stuff, but we want to hear from you guys. Ask questions in the chat. We'll put it on the screen. Chris and I will answer. We'll kind of just go through that for most of the show today. So if you have anything you want to check out, if you want to ask us, let me know or let us know. Put it in the live chat there, and we can put it on the screen, and we'll be good to go. This was Chris Crawford's idea, by the way. I'm not going to take credit for it. So really appreciate that, guys. So Chris, thoughts on the game?
Bummer. Just bummer, man. This was a game that you were thoroughly outplayed for most of it, right? But you get that chance to come back, and you do have that comeback, and you just can't get it done. And I'm concerned about how this team has looked on the road more than anything else. I'm just not pleased to see this team once again having this kind of brain fart. And I don't know if it's a mental brain fart. It is a little mental. It's a little physical. It's a little bit of everything, but there definitely is gas coming out of brain one way or another. And it's just frustrating. It's especially frustrating watching the Astros stink out loud right now and not taking advantage of it. It's frustrating watching the rest of the American League just be absolute dog turds, and you can't do anything about it. You should be, I don't know, man. I'm just really, this was a frustrating game. There were some really bad performances. There was at least one questionable managerial decision, and I don't know. I'm excited for this, though. And here's the thing that we need to say. You guys need to ask the right questions. Ask what you need to ask, right? Ask about what we thought about Bryce Miller. Ask about what we thought about this, because we want to make this is kind of a thank you to you guys, too, the listeners, because you guys have been so unbelievably awesome, and we want to make sure that you guys know how appreciated you are. This is not, hope that doesn't come off as patronizing, oh, we're so cool that we're willing to let you ask questions to us. No, this is just kind of a fun thank you way to get you guys involved as well, because you guys sure have been awfully great to us over these past 3.5 months, 3 months, something like that.
Yeah, no, it's great having you guys come and hang out with us every single night. And just so we're clear, if you want to have a take, maybe throw it in there with a question.
Sure. Yeah.
Be like, hey, what did you think of Bryce Miller tonight? I thought he was pretty good, but I want to know your guys' thoughts. So we're doing questions, please. And then we'll kind of answer that. But I want to quickly get your thoughts on the Matt Brash thing. I've been kind of waiting for something like this to happen for a while. And that kind of sounds like, hey, I've just been waiting for my moment to give my take. But we saw something with Scott Service where he would use his best reliever, not always in the 9th inning. It just depends on what part of the lineup that you're facing. And you're going up against the 3, 4, 5, Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto. I forget who was 5th in the order, but it kind of didn't matter after that. and it was in the 8th inning. If theoretically mapping it out, if you get those 3 guys, then you're facing the bottom of the lineup, 6, 7, 8, in the 9th inning, right? I would rather have my best reliever facing the 3, 4, 5 guy than the 6, 7, 8 guy. And I realize there's a lot of people like, hey, yeah, he's the setup man. This is what they've done. I'm not disputing that whatsoever. I didn't expect it to happen, but it's just something that I've been waiting to kind of ask you about. So, because I'm wondering what your thoughts are on this. If you think Matt Brash is the best reliever on the team, then fine. Then that's you. Like, great. And then Munoz is just the 9th inning guy, whatever. But I don't think that's what's happening with Dan Wilson. I think he literally is expecting, just waiting for the save opportunity to use Andres Munoz.
Yeah. I think my biggest issue actually might be different than everybody else's. It's, once again, why can Gabe Spire only go 1 inning? Why is Gabe Spire not available to pitch to Bryce Harper there, right? Because I'll be honest with you, if JT Realmuto gets Matt Brash, I'm okay with it, right? But what I'm not okay with is it being a 2-run homer, because why not have your best left-handed reliever face that left-handed hitter, right? Like, why is that? And I need to look and make sure that Bryce gave Spire through 11 freaking pitches, okay? Like, why is he not facing him? And then I'm okay with going to Brash. And if you give up the solo ding dong there, so be it. I'm all right there. But why give up add that extra charge, right? Why add that literal extra charge of an extra run in this game? That's more what I'm concerned about. And the fact that just Matt Brash has had some oops-bagoops lately, right? Like, and he threw 22 pitches, so he is not going to be available for tomorrow. Based on how he pitched, maybe that's not such a bad thing, right? But like, my biggest issue is not going to Munoz there. I would love to see Munoz facing the best hitters in the best situation, so I wouldn't have hated that either. But why not leave Gabe Spire in for one more batter? I don't understand it.
Honestly, didn't even think of that, and I probably would have done that as well. Then that way you probably get Harper out. I mean, not probably. I mean, Harper's a really good hitter. He may get Spire too, but you want to give yourself the best opportunity to get him. Any other thoughts on the game before we get to the Q&A?
Just real quick, I thought Bryce Miller was not good today, but I saw enough good today that I am encouraged going forward, right? Like, outside of really that, I believe it was the 3rd inning when he gave up the couple of runs. Like, outside of that, I thought he actually pitched pretty well. So not a good start from Bryce Miller, not what you sign up for, but you saw the glimpses of the Bryce Miller that we need to see down the stretch. That's my only other thought.
Yeah, he wasn't by any means like back and better than ever, so to speak. But usually when you see guys return from the IL, as long as he's been on it, you see some struggles. And I thought mostly he was good. And just the long-term signs didn't even kind of show their ugly heads, so to speak. Do you want to do quick ad reads and then
let's do that, and then we'll get into questions.
Okay.
Well, before we do that, real quick, I'm sorry, I just took your job. I'm bad. No, you go ahead.
No, go.
I was just going to say, this is the perfect time to leave those questions right now, right? Because we're going to be away from the screen for a couple of seconds. So anything you guys have to ask, I'll scroll up, and I'm sure Anders will too. But this is the best time.
Can be about tonight's game. If you want to do something a little bigger picture, you can. Whatever you guys want to ask. We're here to kind of help have you guys be heard, so to speak.
Yes.
And then if you want to throw in your takes as well, of course, we'll add those in there as well. But really quick, we'll give some love to our sponsors, then we'll do the Q&A. August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches.
For just 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. This is the best part about a day like this, right? Because it's the Josh Allens, the Lamar Jacksons and stuff. I won't hate you or call you a nincompoop for betting on them to win MVP. But today's the day to do the long shot, right? To do the, I believe that Justin Herbert is going to have a crazy year, right? And maybe he because of lack of expectations for the Chargers, he does well. Well, you're going to get a better deal from FanDuel doing it on this day than you would before. Or if you're like, you know what? I think that the Miami Dolphins have the chance to win the NFC East. I think that they're not getting good enough odds. This is the day to bet on a game like that.
Visit FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks, the daily fantasy platform that lets you turn your football predictions into real rewards. Preseason's already heating up, and college football isn't far behind. Whether you've got your eye, I just went in straight into your thing, but I'll kind of keep going. Whether you've got your eye on big name quarterbacks or breakout running backs, PrizePicks makes it easy to get in the game.
Yeah, it's the stuff that you're looking for, right? Like you're looking for something that's easy to play. Yep. You're looking for something that pays you quickly. You're looking for something that's fun and exciting. PrizePicks is going to give you all three of those. So Anders was so excited about how good PrizePicks is that he wanted to steal my $65 million advertising deal with all of these guys. And I get it. But yeah, definitely check out PrizePicks, folks.
Download the PrizePicks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. PrizePicks, run your game. All right, Chris Crawford, lead it off. Here we go.
Great. Can you see JP moving to third base next year if the Mariners find a defensive upgrade at third? I don't think so because of the lack of arm strength. I don't think that's where he goes. I would imagine that second base would be the most likely landing spot for Crawford. I think Crawford plays for a new team next year. I just have a funny feeling that JP Crawford, as popular as he is, I think that they kind of realize what they have in Colt Emerson, the fact that he's holding his own in Double-A already, the fact that, there could be some options if you, as a stopgap, type of thing. I just have a kind of a funny feeling that JP Crawford, but third's a good question. I just don't know if he has the offensive upside nor the arm strength for third base. Second base, I think he could do both, right? But I think Cole Young is probably the answer there.
Yep. I basically concur. There's a maybe, you and I talked about this earlier. There's maybe a thought he could be DH next year.
Yeah.
If he is still the on-base king that he is, I'd take that over what Mitch Garver's giving you right now occasionally. So, I don't know. I kind of with you. It seems like it's run its course. The JP Crawford experience here, especially with so many middle infielders coming up. Question number 2 from Brian. Why are the M's pitchers so awful at holding runners?
First of all, Brian, thank you for everything as always. You are the absolute man. He's been following us for a long time, both at KJR, Maya Y, all that stuff. Brian is the absolute best. Bryce Miller in particular is terrible at it, right? Like, he was basically doing a Hideo Nomo delivery there, and with runners on base, and it really hurt him, right? Because that should have been a 1-run inning at most. Now, don't walk the ninth guy. That's kind of another thing that's a big issue too. Yep. But the Mariners have a kind of a strategy of, hey, get the guy out, right? We'll make do, but the pitching staff hasn't been good enough for that. You have to hold runners. You have to do a better job of shutting down that running game. But Bryce Miller in particular is real bad at holding runners. It's very frustrating.
I got another one here from David. Chris, you can scroll through and find one you like if you want. How much longer can they survive with Polanco? He is 10 for 51 with only 2 extra base hits in August. It doesn't allow outfielder to get break off their feet. He needs to produce. I concur with a lot of what you're saying. He's been through major ups and downs. He's about as inconsistent as a hitter as the Mariners have had this year, because he had an amazing April, an awful May, god-awful May, but Dan kept him in the lineup. He had an okay June. He had a good July again. And then in August, he's been bad again. So it's just a weird situation for him where when he's going really well. And he looks like a great part of this lineup. And I've been one to sing his praises whenever it happens. I will say he did look good at second base today. Made a couple really good plays.
Nice plays, yeah.
And that's something I don't have as much worry with going forward, because every time he steps in there, he looks fine. But you have to produce with the bat. It's just what he is at this point. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
No, I totally agree. That there's There's too much up and down, right? Like this is why Jorge Polanco won't play for the Mariners next year, barring something unforeseeable. I think it's really hard to justify just because the highs are high and the lows are low. There's many songs written about Jorge Polanco's season, the good and the good with the bad and the bad.
Yep.
A lot of Victor Robles questions. Do you think they should just activate Robles now so that he can start a suspension and come back soonerish? So for those who missed it, Victor Robles suspended 10 games. He is appealing that suspension. Now is the time to appeal it because he's not on the major league roster. So definitely want to get that done. It's pretty easy what you do with Robles. You wait to activate him September 1st when you have an extra couple of roster spots, because for those who don't know, when you're suspended 10 games or whatever, you're not put on the restricted list. You are taking up a roster spot. So you have to play one man short. And everybody who's made a Dylan Moore joke that they're playing one man short, you're correct. But it is something that you definitely have to keep in mind. So this is why, instead of a 28-man roster to begin the year, you just go with a 27. So you activate him September 1st. After September 12th, probably, I imagine they'll have a day off in between one of those days. Then Victor Robles will be ready to play. But it kind of works out nicely that the expanded rosters happen right around the time you're probably expecting Victor Robles to play. I will say this, Anders, I was shocked it was only 10. I thought it was going to be 15 or 20. I really thought that he was going to get not the book thrown at him, but book adjacent for doing something like that. So I was really surprised it was only 10. And if I was Victor Robles, I would just take the suspension, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think it's getting reduced, to be completely honest. And it's funny because Ryan Wolin-Smith, I don't know if you were listening to the broadcast tonight, but he talked about a story of him getting suspended for throwing at someone. And he also got a 10-game suspension. So for anyone saying like, hey, like there's pitchers who would get 2 games for beating someone, this is a different situation, number one. Number two, like, you threw the bat at a guy. Like,
come on.
Come on. Okay.
Real quick to answer in this question.
I got rid of it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. The question was, is that true for PED type suspensions too? No, because a PED suspension now is an automatic 80 games. 80. So you're automatically put on the restricted list. Yes. So we even saw the Phillies activated somebody who was suspended for 80 games today, Jose Alvarado. They had to clear a spot on the 40-man roster to put him on. It's a little weird to me, but I also get it that you're not going to ask a team to play a 25-man roster instead of 26 for 80 games as well.
What about SB4321YT? Do you think the Mariners' window for a championship is closing after this year, or is it still wide open?
It's wide open. It's wide open. As frustrating as like this last week's or so is, I still can look and say, oh my goodness gracious, do they have a special foundation going with this team? Now, that doesn't mean you can't be frustrated too, right? You can be frustrated that they didn't do enough in the offseason to make this amazing trade deadline mean even more, right? You can be frustrated. You could be frustrated that they didn't spend the necessary dollars to improve this roster. You could do a bunch of things while also acknowledging that they have, if not the best farm system in baseball, one of the top 5, and it's not like that's not even debatable, right? Like top 3 even. You have a ton of young talent locked up. You have one of the best pitching development staffs in all of baseball. No, this window's open right now. How long is it open for Jerry DiPoto and company? I don't know. I really don't know. That's another question. But whoever, if they were to make that front office move, and I'm not going to say I would, or I'm not going to say if I wouldn't, but I will say this, that would be the most highly sought after job in sports, because anybody, even knowing that you have Ebenezer Scrooge as an owner, you are still going to have so much talent to play with. Somebody would want that thing. But yeah, I don't think this window is closing.
All right. What about from a macro question to a very micro question? Do you think the Mariners win tomorrow?
Probably. You can't lose them all. We've gone from you can't win them all to you can't lose them all.
I mean,
2-7 road trip would be really bad. It would be really, really bad. Like it basically erases your 9-0, right? Like it basically or 9-1. I think that homestand was, right. I think they probably win. I betting on Luis Castillo to be better, but I will tell you this, man. One of the reasons I can't say for sure, that Phillies team is good. That's a really good baseball team.
It's my World Series favorite.
Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. I would feel more confident if I saw Aaron Nola pitching better, and he just came off the injured list. And I'm concerned about the Zach Wheeler thing, right? But like, they're so deep. They have so much talent in that lineup that, I think they win tomorrow.
All right, from Matthew, Bryce got 3 games for throwing his helmet and punches. Why is that different? From Robles getting 10.
Oh, because he threw
at
somebody. Yeah, like I get it. Like it's just different. Plus the stuff afterwards too, right? Like, but like when you aim a bat at someone, I don't care what anybody tells me. He was aiming his bat to throw at the dude, right? It's just different. It's different with a bat, man. It's different whether it should be or not. It's different.
Daniel Barber, I know you're being facetious, but it's funny. Why didn't Wilson use anyone who doesn't give up runs instead of using Brash?
I like the Steve Howe one that he asked earlier.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
That was, but it was funny.
For someone who disagrees with my take, if you can have a joke about it, excellent.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Why we're here.
And here's the thing, Daniel. Repetition is the funniest. So keep going. Keep on going. We're not going to put your comments up ever again, but keep on. No, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. We're very much joking. But yeah, I mean, look, nobody here is saying Matt Brash sucks out loud.
No.
We're just saying that, like,
it's a process, right?
Maybe they didn't use that situation to the best of their abilities, right? Like maybe they didn't put their players in the best position to succeed. And my frustration ultimately comes down with why not have Gabe Spire face Bryce Harper?
Yeah, I have the same question.
Mm-hmm.
All relievers besides Brash available tomorrow, says Tyler.
I would assume so because
I'm trying to think of who wouldn't be.
No, Bizzardo didn't throw very many pitches. Spire should be fine. Brash definitely not available tomorrow. Yeah. Hopefully we don't have to see Soren Lau, all due respect to him. Like that's definitely an emergency. Or if we do, it's 26-1. That's fun to see. Let him get those. Just let Gabe Spire pitch to Bryce Harper.
I'm kind of with you on that. I don't know what Harper's splits look like. I haven't dug deep into that.
I think it's just more me confident in Gabe Spire against a left-hander, man. Like that's more than because Bryce Harper is not a platoon player or anything like that. But like, I just have so much confidence in Bryce Harper against a southpaw right now that's what I would do.
I'm looking for more questions. I don't know if you've seen one.
Well, I stopped looking because I was distracted by the Red Sox tying the game up against the Royals. Let's see. This is good. This is good audio right now. I'm going to do this one. Can we just say this? The Mariners are barely a playoff team and definitely not a World Series contender. Their pitching is bad. Gilbert fastball's 2 miles per hour slow. He's hurt. I don't think I agree with that. Now, Gilbert could be hurt, right? He may not be like.
You think that's true?
No, but it could be, right? Like it's certainly possible. He doesn't have the same pop on his fastball, but like. For 6 innings against the Baltimore Orioles, this guy absolutely shoved, right? And he's had some really good starts since coming back from the injured list. We could be frustrated by that stuff. Also, the Mariners are barely a playoff team.
Depends on what you mean by barely a playoff team.
I guess that's my question too. Like that's where it gets subjective, right?
Yeah. If they are a wild card team, is that what you consider barely a playoff team?
Yeah. And I mean, technically, I will say this. If we had the old 4-team division or 4-team playoff thing, I would be panicked.
Seattle
Mariner fan. Panicked. But with 6, I'm still feeling pretty good.
All right. Seahawks fan 97. Who needs to be the first to pick up the slack to this one? I like this question. Who needs to be the one?
It's a really good question. I will say this. When the Mariners have been at their best, especially in the early August, it was Josh Naylor kind of running things, right?
And he's not been good.
He's been really bad. And I think that might be the guy who's hurt, right? In fact, saw a little bit of and for those of you who are listening, the stuff, you know what I mean?
The grimacing,
The grimacing, the being an old man. God, that white and that beard is so pathetic. Am I going to die someday? It's
essential here.
They need that guy. I almost said Bryce Harper. They do need Bryce Harper. That'd be a fair trade. No more for Bryce Harper. Who says no? They need Josh Naylor, like to be that guy, right? Like they need him. I will also say this just because nobody's asked about it. Julio was terrible
Awful.
today. Oh,
Awful.
just the worst game he's played in August by far, which is both a compliment to how good he's been in August and both an insult to how terrible of a baseball player he was today. The fact that he got an RBI for driving in that
that was one of the worst at bats I've seen in a long time.
And good for Gino for making up for it.
Yes,
right? Like they really needed that. But to answer your question, I think Josh Naylor is kind of the catalyst of this offense right now. And it's weird to say for a guy who's hitting 4th or 5th.
Yeah.
But when I've seen Josh Naylor playing at his absolute best, I've felt like this offense is a wagon. When I have seen Josh Naylor over the last week or so, not so wagony.
Well, and it's good you point that up offensively because, like, the biggest difference, because Julio's still hitting, like, besides today, obviously, but up until now, even through this kind of rough patch, Cal's still hitting. He's fine. He had a 2-hit game today.
Lately, yeah.
It's really been Naylor and Canzone, and Canzone's still fine, but like that's not what you expect. But that's the biggest drop off offensively.
Yeah.
And that's where I get to me. If you're going to get out of this, they call it a stopper for a reason. You need a pitcher. I don't even care who it is. If it's Castillo tomorrow, if it's Kirby the next day, if it's Gilbert, if it's Bryce Miller, if it's Brian Wu, whoever it is, they need to be an ace. I'm sorry. I'm done with this. Like, hey, we have 5 second starters. Yay. The Kraken, we have 5 second lines. Yay. No, we're not. We need an ace. We need an ace performance out of one of your starting pitchers. And they need to kind of be aces. At least one guy has to perform like an ace for the rest of this season if the Mariners have a good shot at being a World Series contender. I don't know what you think about that.
It's probably Brian Wu, too,
if
I'm just being honest. Like, and I'm not trying to be too prisoner of the moment here because, again, I will point out, Logan Gilbert and George Kirby were both fantastic against Baltimore before ST being this next few starts, right?
Yes.
There's just simply no denying. And Luis Castillo has been fantastic up until that clunker that he had previously, right?
Yep.
So it's not like the starting pitching is just so atrocious or anything, right? But at some point, this pitching's got to carry him. At some point, this pitching staff does
100%.
have to carry him. That's totally fair. Real quick, though, I'm glad you brought up Cal. He played an awesome baseball game.
Yes,
today.
he did.
Like one of his best games as the designated hitter that I have seen from him in a while, because take a look at the numbers. They have not been great as the DH. And that's not really an insult to Cal. Some people like doing it. Some people hate it. And I bet you Cal freaking hates it.
I bet he does.
I bet you he wants to be in the field, micromanaging the hell out of it, right? Like he wants to be doing that. But like, man, again, Zach, I love you. Julio's a top 3 player in baseball over the last 2 months. LOL, one bad night. We are talking about tonight. That's what we are talking about. I love all of you so much. We are reacting to one game.
It's the Mariners Postcast from the Philadelphia Phillies on August 19th.
Oh,
that's the name of this video. That's why we do it every day, guys. Hey, it's why we do it every day.
That's right. That's right. Like, because we are going to wax poetically about Julio when he has a massive series against okay. Apparently there was a comment about Julio. So I apologize, Zach. I bet you know what, Zach? No, I'm not sorry. I'm just kidding. Well, what do we make of Mitch behind the plate? He's not Cal Raleigh. No. I'll tell you that much. And
would you rather see Harry Ford?
No.
I would rather, honestly, I think it's a valid question.
It's a very valid question. So here's what I will say. When we talk about roster stuff, and Ty and Colby will get more into this, but just in case I don't get my say, Victor Robles has to be one of those guys. I think Harry Ford has to be one of those guys. And I think Leo Rivas probably has to be one of those guys.
I'm a big Leo Rivas stan. So.
Yeah.
Does it have to be one hitter, one pitcher in terms of?
I don't remember because. Oh yeah, because I just named 3 guys. By the way, I forgot. I keep thinking it's 25 to 28. It's 26 to 28.
26 to 28.
But to answer your question, Craig, and by the way, Craig, we really appreciate.
We see you every night. You're the man.
It's so.
I keep wanting to say Craig Whiteout as in wide receiver, but Craig Whiteout.
We ride out at dawn for my good friend Craig. It's not good behind the plate. Like, he didn't have any chance to throw at any of those runners, right?
Yeah.
But you also saw neither of the throws were particularly good. They
Right.
were all off the mark. It's not the best.
Yeah.
Not the best.
I'll kind of double up on that. Whoops. It moved down right as I said it. Evan says, what is Mitch Garver doing for you that Harry Ford can't? Being in the major leagues.
Yeah, that's such a long question thing. Like,
Yeah.
Because clubhouse chemistry matters so much right now. And I'm not saying that Harry Ford would destroy the clubhouse or anything like that. I've heard that he's a wonderful kid. Wonderful, wonderful kid. But Mitch Garver is a really popular player. And that does matter some. And there is also something about the comfortability with pitching to him too, right? Like, asking a guy like Harry Ford to catch in the middle of a playoff run, that's pretty tough. I'd love to have Harry Ford as a bench option, right? I'd love to have him. Like, I think he makes a ton of sense. But I just don't know if it makes a ton of sense to replace Mitch Garver with Harry Ford right now.
Yeah, it makes sense when you're doing the September call-ups, and if you want to carry 3 catchers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And then if you want to DH one of them, then you still have someone to go to after.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's just hard to explain. It's the most this is such a bullcrap answer because I'm not able to eloquently, succinctly state what exactly it is, but like,
Well, and everyone thinks like, oh, he can't be worse than Mitch Garver. Yeah, he can.
Oh my God,
there is a reality where he is worse than Mitch Garver.
Did you mother effers not watch Sebi Zavala last year? Come on. It can get a lot worse. Yes. And actually, Mitch Garver swung the bat pretty well lately, too. Yeah. I think that's worth pointing out.
Yeah.
But behind the plate, he's not very good. I really wish Mitch Garver could play first base. By the way, Donovan Solano, once again, I believe, not used in this game. What's the point?
Give Josh Naylor a rest, please.
Give him a break.
Yeah.
Give him a break.
And I get it. If you were to see the lineup today and it says Donovan Solano, Dylan Moore, Mitch Garver, everyone's flipping bleep, right? So I get it. Like, there's an optics thing to go with that as well. Okay, let's do a couple more. I have one lined up after this one, and then we'll get out of here because we're going a little long.
So Seahawks fan 97. That's a good year to become a Seahawk fan.
Hey, it's a year born.
Yeah. Do you guys believe leadership is the issue for why this team implodes when one or two things don't spin our way? Mental fortitude, something else? I don't know if it's leadership per se.
When he says leadership, does that mean coaching, do you think?
Yeah, that's a great question too, right? Because...
Or is it player leadership?
And it's really hard because, Anders has been in that clubhouse. I've never been in that clubhouse. If I even tried to go in there, they would absolutely, my head would be somewhere else, right? Like it would be.
That's not true, Chris.
No, they like me. Okay. I would just say, hey, I'm the grandson. I'm the grandson. Remember, you really like my grandma. Please, please. There is something to asking about the mental fortitude of this team, right? There just have been enough losses to make you go, which is funny because like Eugenio Suarez, one of the great clubhouse guys. Donovan Solano, we just talked about it, one of the great clubhouse guys. Cal Raleigh is clearly a leader. Like Julio, one of the fun, get these guys fired up type of guys too, right? Like I think the personalities mix fine. I just kind of wonder if the personalities don't ultimately work, right?
Yeah.
Because
and Joe Sheehan brought it up today on KJR with Ian Furness. He kind of just speculated. I don't think he knows the answer to it because we kind of asked him the same thing, right? It's rain delays, it's long East Coast road trips when you're going across multiple time zones. It's just any sort of thing where, your routine's off a little bit, right? It's a little bit different than what you're used to. And I realize baseball players are set on their routines big time. But maybe there's like a travel schedule situation where it doesn't work out. Just an administrative thing going on where it's like, hey, they travel and they get in super late to their hotel instead of traveling earlier in the day, right?
Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like just all reasons that it could happen, but it seems to happen a little too frequently.
Yeah.
To be
It stands out.
Yeah, it does. And it's not like it's one thing to lose and to not have, the results in those games, but it's the way it happens, right? It's far too often, and I'll use rain delays specifically. Far too often, it's just an absolute. Did this team even show up after a rain delay? Question mark, right? Yeah. It's not like, oh, they battled and it was a 9th inning walk-off homer for the other team. Oh, don't no, it's like 10-2. Like bats don't show up, pitching isn't there, and it's like, what is going on? And those all happen to fall on those days. So that's the only way I can look at it and be like, hey, your manager has to get you up. And like when you go down again, hey, we have a 2-hour rain delay. You got to get back up for it.
Can we do one more? I think you had one more that you really
I do. I do have one more from Words Distorted. Oh yeah, what'd you guys think of the Wall denying 2 home runs?
Jeez Louise. That's the thing too, is that bad breaks stand out more when you're not playing well too, right? Like there's Eugenio Suarez missed that home run by like literal inches. Right?
I'm so happy to see him hit the ball well, though.
He's looked so much better.
Yes.
So much better. So that's very encouraging. But it's also, again, we cannot discount the fact that the Mariners were built on an ancient burial ground, right? Because as soon as Eugenio Suarez starts hitting, somebody stops, right? And I know not everybody can hit at the exact same time, right? Not everybody. It'd be nice if there wasn't one person super hot and one person sucking out loud, right? Like there has to be something, right? There should be a modicum of evenness to this, and there just isn't. Whenever one player gets really hot for the Seattle Mariners, and we're talking about important players.
Yes.
One of those players are not good. One of those players ends up not being good. And it's just super frustrating. It's why you go and get depth, to be sure, because not everybody can be good at the same time. But man, that Baltimore and whatever you want to call Philadelphia now, by the way, that cream cheese sucks.
Wow. Should we end it on that? I just want to say really quick, thank you guys so much for putting in your questions tonight. Yeah. It was great.
Fun stuff.
I can promise you we're going to do this again sometime this season. We like interacting with you guys a lot. Sometimes we don't get the opportunity to if we have a lot to say. And don't get me wrong. We see all your comments. Sometimes it's just hard to fit it in the conversation.
Right.
So I think today was a perfect way to kind of, hey, we see you guys. We want you guys to be a part of the conversation. We're going to do that definitely in the future again soon. So great idea, Chris Crawford. I love it.
Hey, thank you. And just the other thing too is the reason why I want to do this. And I think we should probably just try to do this like once every couple of weeks, something like that. I
like it.
The other thing, you guys, if you get frustrated that we don't show your comments or we don't interact, Anders and I also have like specific things we have to go over every game, right? Like we can't really free flow as much as we would like to. Like it'd be really fun if we could, but since we are recapping one game, we just kind of have to go with that. So it's not we hate you, we think you're better than you, or anything along those spectrums. There are certain things that we have to hit on. We're supposed to do it a lot shorter than this, too.
Oh, yeah. But we might get in trouble for this episode, to be honest.
You know what, though? But, like, you know what? The David will understand. I'll talk to David after this, and he'll say,
wow. Yeah, that type of relationship with a big man.
David was really mean to me once on when I called in about an NBA draft question. I'll just say that. And then, yeah, that's true, by the way. That's very, very, very true. And to be fair, I was an idiot kid, but just letting you guys know that, like, if we don't interact and stuff, it's not because we anything
think our opinion matters more.
It's just we have to hit that stuff. We have to every week, and we super appreciate the support.
We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. For anyone who's interested in Seahawks content, we're about to go live in about 20 minutes for the Seahawks Squad Show. Myself, I got Rob Rang with me, and then Robert Turbin as well, former Seahawks running back on the Locked On Seahawks channel. So tune into that if you want Seahawks content. We'll be going over roster cuts and stuff like that. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Please like the video if you haven't already. Really helps us out a lot. Last word, Chris Crawford. Don't say Philly cream cheese sucks.
I'm just going to keep doing the thumb thing until the video ends.